Hi, Dr. Brill here. No, I'm not refracting myself. I'm actually sitting in front of my automated refractor. So I love this type of refractor. I mean, I spent about 20 years reaching high, reaching for the manual projector, going back to the Phoropter. And guess what? I mean, I was told a long time ago that if you're a man, you're going to have a shoulder problem. And we're not used to be working up above. We're not electricians, but we do work with our shoulders in awkward positions. And you end up getting a frozen shoulder here. I don't really care what brand you buy. I mean, I'm sure they're very good. You're going to test it out anyway. Hopefully you get a guarantee that it's going to work for you. And there's wired ones and there's wireless ones. The main thing is, this is going to help you save so much time. And the way we have it set up, that our automated testing, the auto refractor, auto lensometer, that are done in a screening room with my tech. That information is all sent to us on a little digital card. So here's how it works. I have this data card here, and it has a slot in my lensometer. And then when it's done, it dumps the data here. Then I have the auto refractor, auto keratometer. The card goes in there. It dumps the data when we're done with that. And I take this card, and so I have the card here. And all I do, or my tech does, is put it in a slot, just like that. So I call it sneaker net. And what happens is the data then is transferred, both the auto refraction, the lensometer, and now I'm going to be working on the subjective. So patient is sitting right here. Imagine a patient, and so now I'm just operating right here. I'm not reaching up here like it did for years and years and years. And then I'm not reaching over for a manual projector here and here. It ends up getting people left hip and leg pain and right shoulder pain. And any of you that are out there that have done this for 15, 20 years, you'll see that you have that. So it's very easy. All I'm doing is I'm just turning a dial here based on the patient's responses. Now at the end, what's very cool is that I'll be transferring all that data into the computer system, and just by making a couple of pushes of the button. But before I do that, it's a very cool feature, and I think all of the auto subjective refractors have that, is that it's called the money button. And the money button allows us to directly compare either patient's old glasses or habitual glasses and the refraction, or nothing. You know, those patients that had LASIK and said, I don't need anything, and they're a plus 175 with a 2-cylinder, they're seeing 20/60. So now you can say, well, what do you think? Is it better the way we have it here, and you took away all the lenses, and it's their naked eyes, or better like this? And you know they're gonna say it's better. Now you could do this manually, but it takes a long time to change the axis, cylinder, and sphere in each eye, and then have to change it back, because they're going to want to say, let me see it this way, let me see it that way. I could do that with a button. So in any case, so I'm going to say it right here. Well, is it better? This is your old glasses, and this is what we found today. All right, okay, or this is your without any correction, and usually they say, wow, that's blurry, and this is what we got today. Okay, so do I have your agreement? It's much better today, isn't it? Yes. So fortunately, we're able to get you from 20/60 down to 20/20. All right, and then you could do that for each eye and both eyes. So now that is going to create more awareness of what the difference is. Now, sometimes I'll trial frame it because we want them to walk around, but for the most part on the patients, this truly is the money button. So quite honestly, when I make considerations for buying new equipment, I want everything. I want all the toys out there, but I have to think, does this truly create value? Does it impress the patients and will save me time and generate income better? So in this case, you are definitely saving time. In fact, sometimes I feel guilty. I've got a spherical refraction done in no time at all, and you honestly could teach an 8-year-old how to do this. So this time the patients are super impressed by that because they've never seen this before. It gets me much better data, and I'm able to see more exams in a shorter period of time. And that's what we want. So this acts a little, adds a little razzle dazzle to your exam room. And if you don't believe that, one of the big chains, big box stores, had a commercial where somebody was reading somebody else's book like 5 aisles up there, and it made it look like this is the newest thing and that they're much more accurate. So that was obviously a deceptive commercial. But now, if you're criticizing the chains or big box stores, they have good equipment, and your equipment should be at least as good as theirs, and they have an expectation to have a really automated professional exam that uses technology later than 1948. Let's save money. Let's do a better job with our patients and actually have better documentation, because I'm going to dump all of this data into the computer and it'll populate the fields that we've pre-planned for it.